afternoon. I was honored to be asked by Ezra Dickinson to mentor and produce his remarkable dance and social justice project, Mother, For You I Made This. I am passionate about the arts and the emancipatory power of dance, the extraordinary capacity of dance to transform us, to restore us physically and spiritually, and to bring us together, often around things that can be difficult to talk about. And one of the things I love most about my job is following an artist's career, watching them develop, and then when the timing is just right, seizing the moment to say, "You're great, I believe in you, and how can I help you?" Mother, For You I Made This began when Ezra revealed to me that over a 7-year period, he'd made a series of solos as gifts for his schizophrenic mother, and he was now ready to share them. So we developed a performance based on Ezra's childhood, living with and unknowingly caring for his single mother. And we developed a social justice project that continues to activate conversations around our failed mental health care system. Ezra and I share a mentally ill loved one. And through this project, we wanted to bring people together to help overcome the shame and the stigma of mental illness. According to the World Health Organization, 1 in 4 individuals will be affected by mental disorders at some point in their lives. All of us, everyone here, is impacted by mental illness in our communities. So why aren't we talking about it? The performance began at the Greyhound station in downtown Seattle. And then it moved to a park in front of the federal courthouse and along many forgotten blocks of our city. His performance mingled with passersby, illuminating the often unseen men and women who call our streets home. And at the end of one performance, he was approached by a woman who was homeless, who had once been a dancer. And she asked him how he might help her find a way back to being in her body again, not in the guarded, anxious way that's brought out by living on the street, but in the way she remembered it as a young dancer. Ezra's mother was also once a dancer, and a love of dance is one of the many gifts she gave her son. We'd like to now share with you an excerpt from the original performance, leading into Ezra Dickinson performing the closing section of his dance and social justice project, Mother, For You I Made This.
Johnny Lynn Smith, For You I Made This. Johnny Lynn Smith, For You I Made This. Johnny Lynn Smith, For You I Made This. Johnny Lynn Smith, For You I Made This. Johnny Lynn Smith, For You I Made This. Johnny Lynn Smith, For You I Made This. Who will make a home for my mother who lives with imbalance? Think of our loved ones who have been left behind. Our country has forgotten, or maybe it never knew. By caring for each and every one, you nurture the whole. My mother has been forgotten. My mother has been forgotten. My mother has been forgotten. My mother has been forgotten, been forgotten. We have forgotten our loved ones. 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 I love you, Mother. Look at me, 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 Mother. Mother, where will you live? 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 Mother, where will you live in this the land of taking advantage? America wants to give you pills now. Mother, can you count the pills? Do they bring you ease? 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 The fear of systemic neglect only intensified your paranoia. Those thoughts out. Keep 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 the thoughts of America out. My mother has wet the bed she was put in. My mother has wet the bed she was put in. My mother has wet the bed she was put in. How can I soothe my mother's pill-riddled mind? How can we soothe our country's neglect? The shrieks, 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 and moans, 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 moans of our sisters, brothers, fathers, and mothers carry through the street, never dying, only growing in intensity, until our country is ringing out, 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 ringing out with the screams of our loved ones.
I love you, Mother. Mother, teach me to walk. Show by the thoughts of you dragging your body to the door. I can't forget limp body. Response is voice, screaming. No key other side of the door. I see you on the floor, limp, mad at me. Ask me to be your teacher. Ask me to teach you. Ask me to ask you. I don't have any questions, all I have is the images of you. Powerful smells of bread baked, bad food never enough. Other parents talking of my hunger. Boil the lentils over the stove and scream. Scream at your only child. Hit, pound, feed the watery food. Is it going to work? I love the times when you know, and I know all too well the love that you can't give. Life has dismantled your last mind. You lead what you can of me despite. I have been taught to be scared and you would be proud, resembling all your childhood dreams. Mother, can you remember? Is it all gone? Do I have a home and a place in you? Swept up in all that is unimportant, left to the wet blankets under store awnings. Tell me, is it all gone? Are all my baby pictures lost? My drawings? My childhood, saved for memories? Was it all thrown away with eviction notices? Mother, can you live? Is this world too much for you? Should I run and hide? Can I hide with you?
Okay. Okay.
When I began making these gifts for my mother, I felt isolated and alone when dealing with her schizophrenia. Like many of us, I had thoughts that I did not know how to process. This project has been about coming to terms with the relationship I have with my mother now, and about finding place and resource that lies in community. I've made connections with organizations that provide support to the mentally ill and offer counseling to those who care for them. I've made connections with artists who, through their art, are processing their own mental illness or the mental illness of a loved one. Through this project, I've come to the realization that I'm not alone in this subject. I don't have a remedy for my mother's imbalance. As I grow as an adult, this performance work is my relationship with my mother. It's how I connect with her and how I hope to find a better way to care for her now and in the future. This is my way of destigmatizing mental illness and trying to raise awareness around America's failed mental health care system. I invite you all to share in the love that I have for my mother. Thank you.